Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today is a video that everybody's been asking for and voted for when I did a poll on Instagram, and that is a year-and-a-half review of ownership of my Tacoma, and then an update of all the mods and stuff I've made to it so far. So first things first, we're going to get into the review. I've had this truck for a year and 5 months. I've put a wonderful 77,000 miles on it. Yes, some of y'all are going to freak out, but I do use it for work. I do travel in it, and then we'd take it down to the coast towing a boat. It's being ran every day, being ran hard every day, and I will do a separate video if y'all would like on how I plan on keeping this the next 4, 5, 6, 10 years from now. So far I do the regular maintenance oil change. I do it at every 5,000 miles and not every 10,000 like the dealership recommends. And I also do it myself. And then I've already done the transmission fluid swap, and then I've got some other things coming up here pretty soon. I've already done the differential fluid swap too and all that. So right now I think when we hit the 100,000 mile mark, I am going to you put new spark plugs in and all that stuff. I haven't had to do that yet, or haven't felt the need to do it yet, because it still runs like a champ. That's why I bought a Toyota. But anywho, after that, this has been the best truck I've ever owned. When this one goes out, or whenever it's time to get a new one, I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to park it in the garage, and this will be the weekend rig. That's just what I'm going to do. This is going to become the weekend rig, whether when I finally decide to park it, if it's got 400,000 miles on it, hey, it's got 400,000 miles on it, we're still going to take it. Like I said, the goal is to hit 1 million miles. And by God, that's what we're going to do. But anywho, after that, this truck, like I said, this truck has been amazing. And let's get into all the updated mods I've done. First and foremost, and the most recent one, is we put, I wouldn't call it a mod, but it was time for new tires. I did have the Nitto Trail Grapplers, and they were an okay tire. I liked them a lot. They were great for off-road, but they were really, really noisy on just your little on asphalt and asphalt and concrete when you're running on regular paved roads or whatever you want to call it. But the BF Goodwrench KO2 is what I decided to go with, and it's the same size as the last one, 275/75 R18, and so far love the tire. The wear's been pretty decent on it. We got about 2,000 miles on them already, and I've had no complaints. If anything, I've got nothing but good things to say about them, because they're extremely quiet when I'm running down the road, and I love that. It's been phenomenal. Other thing I've done that I have not featured on this channel, I was gonna get new skid plates, but then I decided to save the wait, time, and the money, and just do something different that I have yet to see. As you can tell, we have painted the skid plate to look like the Texas flag. Yes, we do live in Texas. Yes, our pride is ginormous down here. It comes off as cocky and arrogant, but you know what? You won't understand unless you live here, so I can't apologize for either party. You just have to live here to know it. Going back to the back of the truck, really not much has changed. I think the last time I did this, I had a axe and shovel. Yeah, I did lower this. It was a full cab height, but I took it down to mid cab, and then we put these little brackets in here so I can mount an ARB touring awning, which is phenomenal. I think I only paid like $250 for it, if not less. Still have the same tent. It's been tremendous. The only knock on it I have, which it was my fault, I got a little too rough and I broke the zipper. So now, until I get my new top in, I'm just running it with a little bungee cord in a tarp clip or clamp, whatever. And then we also, when we lowered this, we put a trailer hitch in here so we could mount a water port shower. So that's how we shower on the trail. I do have a water port, and then right here on this side, for the longest time I have not done anything to this side of the bed rack, but I now know what I'm going to do. I'm going to order another set of these, and then I'm going to order the big quick fist, and this is where I'm going to keep my fly rods. I have 9-foot fly rods. They do break down into 4.5-foot sections. So they're going to be mounted right here because we do have, next summer, we are planning on going to Wyoming for an overland trip. You know, I'm not a hardcore overland only guy. I love to fish, and I recently got into fly fishing, and I love fly fishing more than anything in the outdoor world. So I have like made the switch, started tying my own flies. I do bass fish still. I do have a lot. I still have most of my rods, most of my tackle. In fact, I've got all my tackle just stacked up in my garage, and my wife reminds me of it. When are you gonna get rid of this? Never, woman, never. It's okay, honey, I love you, but it's staying there forever. But anywho, back to the truck. Like I said, when we go overlanding now, instead of having recovery gear or an axe or something on the side, you're gonna see 2 fly rod holders, which I will do a video of how I make those. I make those homemade, just out of your straight PVC pipe. I use a 2-inch piece of PVC for 6 weight and bigger, because the 6 weights do have the butts on them. And then anything below that, I do 1.5-inch PVC, which is perfect. Most of my rods, if not all of them right now, are 2 pieces. You can get 4-piece. I don't know. Coming from a 1-piece rod guy, I'm sure it's okay, and everybody tells me it's gonna be okay. But just for my peace of mind, I use 2-piece rods. So until I make the switch, that's what we're gonna stick with. You can dog on me all you want, but that's what I'm gonna do, because I don't care. Anywho, back to the truck. This is another big deal. This is a swing that I bought these off my buddy Derek at Whitehead Overland when he decided to do his flatbed conversion. He sold me these. These did come off a 2nd gen Tacoma. Fun fact, for those of you who have a 3rd gen, if you want to buy cheap parts, the bed, like when I say the bed rails, this part right here, and the width of the bed, the dimensions, and everything, they're the same as the 2nd gen. We figured that out because we didn't have to modify the swing outs in any way, shape, or form. We just pulled the old tailgate off, drilled, bolted them in, and they were good to go. And you can also put a 2nd gen bed rack, the CBI, on here because it's the same width and same length. So if you want to save some money, just buy some 2nd gen parts. And I also learned that a lot of 2nd gen and 3rd gen Tacoma parts can swap over. Now that's talking like underneath parts, like engine, your axles, all that stuff. But don't get me into that. Don't hold me like to it, because I'm not a mechanic. That's just what I heard. And anywho, yeah. So what these are? This is not a bumper swing out. This is a tailgate swing out. I wanted this version because I pull a boat, and I wanted to keep my regular bumper because I don't want to. I don't know, I didn't want my hitch way up here, having to buy another 6-7-inch drop down hitch for my boat. I just was like, I want swing outs, but nobody made them what I was looking for, and it was a blessing when my buddy was like, hey, I'm putting a flatbed on my truck, do you want my swing outs? Yes, I do. So anywho, this usually carries my spare tire. I just have a regular old spare rim with a tire that's big enough to make it the same size as all the other tires, so if I get a flat. But we got some ideas circulating. I think I'm gonna keep my gas can on this side, and over here I'm going to turn this area into a propane tank holder. I'm gonna mount a propane tank, and then for my spare, honestly, y'all gonna laugh, I'm just gonna get a skinny, because the odds, especially down here in Texas, if I hit something overlanding down here on like my spare, we've got issues, because it's not, look, I mean, out here on these national forest roads, they're just flat. There's nothing to hit your stuff. Even if you go off into there, you might take a stick to it, but that's about it. You're not gonna slam it on a rock or anything. We really don't have any. The only deep, like steep areas you could go off of is a ravine, but if you drive off into a ravine, you're an absolute idiot. But so I'm gonna put a skinny up underneath there, but it's gonna be the same size, like the height wise, and it'll just get me back to where I need to go. And that's if I can't patch it. I do have a plug and patch kit coming from ARB. I think it was like $100. They're well worth the money, especially if you know how to do it, because those tools, they're solid metal and they're really, really, really good quality. But anywho, so the goal is to put a propane tank right here, And this is how these suckers open. So you open this side, got them on gas struts, open that up. So the goal is when it's like this, I like this too because you don't have to lean very far to get in the bed of your truck. We're also thinking about putting a bed slide back here. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like 90% sure. But anywho, the goal for this area is to have the propane tank on this side. So when we're camping, I leave it open. If it's cold enough to run the buddy heater, just snake it up into the little vent. Or like when I open my tent, the little pivot points right here, so I can run the little hose up in here, snake it over into the corner, buddy heater in the corner with the fan, circulate it, and I stay nice and warm. And then if I want to cook, I want to put a fold down table right here. So you have a fold down table, all this space. So I have like an L-shaped kitchen right here, so I can have all my prep, more prep, and then put my scuttle, I would say about 3 feet over this way. So I'm a good little bit away from the propane tank, just in case stuff gets a little hairy or things go south. Anywho, so I have this big old L-shaped kitchen with the propane tank on this side. And the reason why you want the propane tank and the gas tank, this is my theory. I am a safety man, so I did think about this. I can't close that one-handed. But is if you have everything that's explosive on the far back of your truck, if that sucker blows up, that's just that is that much more distance between you and the explosives, and the least likely you will either die or get hurt. Now if the whole truck bursts on fire, then you're screwed anyway. But I'm just talking like, let's say, you know, I'm riding and something weird was to happen, and like something created a spark, and my idiot self forgot to completely shut off the propane tank. Well, your explosion is, especially if you're driving forward, it's gonna go boom out the back. That's just my thought process. So I want to mount it on the back, and no, I won't keep it on there all the time. And then but yeah, that is the truck so far. Haven't really done much more to it, but we added 2 things, painted something, and it's oh yeah, and on these swing outs, it had like a bed stiffener all-in-one kind of deal, so it worked out really well. But like I said, I haven't really added much or done much to the truck besides tires, swing out, and painted my skid plates. I'm happy with it. I wanted a simple build. You won't see nothing big happen till I pay it off. If you guys go out there and blow like 10-15 grand on your truck before you pay it off, yeah, you got your priorities backwards. But yeah, no, even when we lowered the bed rack, look at the height difference between the cab and the tent, and that alone saved me 2 miles per gallon. How? I have no idea, but it just did. So that's about it, guys. I really haven't done much more than that. The only thing else I have planned on for the future, besides the propane tank here, is I want to put like a little storage rack so I can slide my ground assets from sight and see, and a table up there, or something like maybe like a cornhole set. That'd be nice. Something to do while you're out camping, because just sitting around gets kind of boring after a while, for me anyways. But yeah, no guys, that's it. I appreciate you guys coming. More videos are coming along the way. I am freaking pumped to say that we are officially back. I think the last 2-3 weeks we've had videos out every week. We've been doing something every week. It is kind of hard. Whew, I'm winded. Old boy's getting out of shape. Anywho, it is kind of hard with work picking back up, oil fields picking back up slowly. Me and the wife are filming more weddings. Our name's getting out there, filming more. If you have a wedding and you need someone to film it, contact me and we will come film your wedding. Trust me, if you guys are out in Colorado watching this video, listen, we'll come film your wedding, and I will overland out there, film it, overland all the way back. But anywho, thank you guys for watching. Oh, hey, before we leave, I forgot, we got to do interior mods. I haven't really done much. I call one of these a grandpa mod because my grandpa had something like this before he passed away in every vehicle he had. But first thing you notice is we did the 60% or if you do the math, it's like 66.66666% seat delete. I pulled out the bottom seat, so this upper portion lays flat all the time now, so I have this deck to like keep my camera bag on and other crap. I did install the old man mod. Voice cracks today, good gosh. The old man mod, which I put a hanger, I've always called them a hanger holder. It's like a rod you hang clothes on, so I keep a jacket and FR shirt in all the time. I also took a wire hanger, made a hard hat holder, and then I use all this back here for first aid, disinfectant wipes. Got a couple koozies for when you clock out for work. And I got my other work stuff in there. And then in the front, it's really not that big of a mod, but if you're looking for a good cell phone holder, walkie holder, what I ended up doing was put these little magnet balls. As you can see, they're by, I forgot what they are. They're by Steely brand. I have my mask up here that I don't wear. I just carry them in case someone says, hey, can you wear this? Okay, sure, I'll go get it. But that, I put 3 of those in so I can put my phone either here, walkie up there, and this one's for my wife or the passenger if they have the magnetic backing. I also installed a magnet for my buddy. He just sits right there, and that's about it. And then my chair, I keep all my stuff for work. But anywho, yeah, that's it, guys. That is the interior mods. I did add a car seat when I became a dad, but that's pretty standard mod every person adds at some point in their life, I would hope. You love them to death. They make your life so much happier, but they cut into your fishing time dramatically. But it's okay, I love her to death. Give it about a year, she'll be going with me and probably out fishing my butt, so y'all get ready for that. That'll be a little incentive for y'all to stick around for a little bit. But anywho, guys, thank you for coming along for the ride. I love each and every single one of you. Please comment, like, subscribe, share this video, and we will see you on the next episode of Shoeless Ray Outdoors. Adios, muchachos!